My objectives are for the audience should know the ways of proper scaffold access. Audience should be able to list some of the main hazards to which persons working on scaffold are exposed and describe at least one method of hazard prevention for each hazard. And audience should be able to list the basic requirements of the platforms in the scaffold. Supported scaffold, frame or fabricated. The scaffold means an elevated temporary work platform. Supported scaffolds are platforms supported by rigid load-bearing members such as poles, legs, frames, and outriggers. Fabricated frame scaffolds are the most common type of scaffolds because they are versatile and easy to use. This is the picture of a fabricated frame scaffold. They are frequently used by residential contractors, painters, and their modular frames can also be stacked several stories high for use on large construction jobs. You can see the cross braces. These are X-shaped diagonal structures along the scaffold. Base section. In order to assure stability, supported scaffolds must be set on base plates and mud seals. The base plates is just the metal base structure that helps to support the scaffold. The mud seals are under the base plates. Support structure. Scaffold and scaffold components must be capable of supporting without failure their own weight and at least 4 times their maximum intended load. Access. Employees must be able to safely access any level of a scaffold that is 2 feet above or below an access point. Hook-on and attachable ladders can be used to access scaffolds. OSHA standards specifically forbid climbing cross braces as means of access, and improper access can lead to serious injuries. Access. Hook-on and attachable ladder rungs must have uniform spacing between rungs of a maximum 16¾ inches, have minimum rung length of 11½ inches, and have rest platforms provided at a maximum of 35-foot vertical intervals. Stairway type ladders have rest platforms at maximum vertical intervals of 12 feet, have a minimum step width of 16 inches, except for mobile scaffold stairway type ladders, which have a minimum step width of 11½ inches. They should have slip-resistant tread on all steps and landings. Ladders. As you can see in this picture, there's a ladder that is on the scaffold. It must be positioned so that the bottom rung of the ladder is not more than 24 inches above the scaffold supporting level. This is a stair tower or scaffold stairway tower. You can see in the scaffold there's a means of access through the stair towers or scaffold stairway towers. Direct access. Direct access to or from another surface is permitted only when the scaffold is not more than 14 inches horizontally and not more than 24 inches vertically from the other surface. You can see that it can access the scaffold in this picture. Fall protection. The number one scaffold hazard is worker falls. Fall protection consists of either personal fall arrest system or guardrail systems and must be provided on any scaffold 10 feet or more above a lower level. Personal fall arrest system used on scaffolds are to be attached by lanyard to a vertical lifeline, horizontal lifeline, or a scaffold structural member. Personal fall arrest system. You can see in this picture, there's an example of a lanyard that is attached to a vertical lifeline. Personal fall arrest system include anchorage lifelines such as the vertical lifeline and a body harness. The person in this picture also has a body belt attached. guardrail systems. Instead, they must be installed along all open sides and ends of the platforms. Walkways located within a scaffold must have guardrail system installed within 9.5 inches of and along at least one side of the walkway. Top rails must be 38 to 45 inches tall. Mid rail must be halfway between the top rail and platform. Toe boards must be at least 3.5 inches high. This is a guardrail. You can see the top rail is really high. It's at least 38 to 45 inches tall. The mid rail is halfway between the top rail and the platform. And you can see the guardrail is protecting the open side. Platform must be fully planked or decked with no more than 1 inch gaps. Must be able to support its weight and 4 times maximum load. Must be at least 18 inches wide, and for most activities there must be no more than a 14-inch gap between the scaffold platform and the structure being worked on. For lathing and plastering, a gap of 18 inches is permitted. To prevent slippage, platforms must be cleated or otherwise restrained at each end, or else overload their structure at least 6 inches. You can see the platform in this picture overlaps its support by at least 6 inches. For falling object protection is where adults, and also there's through the erection of debris nets, cat platforms, or canopy structures that contain or deflect the falling object. You can see adults in this picture and a debris net that contain the falling object. Electrical hazards. Scaffold must not be close enough to overhead power lines that they or any conducting materials that may be under or then come closer than 10 feet of the power line. Exception, insulated power lines of less than 300 volts have a safe distance of only 3 feet. And also, if the lines are de-energized or relocated, then the scaffold can be close to the power line. This is a case study of a laborer falling from a 46-foot tall scaffold. On June 27, 1997, a 39-year-old laborer, the victim was helping a painter. The witness scraped a 4-story townhouse. They were working from a scaffold that was 46 feet high. They climbed up to the top of the scaffolding boards to scrape the walls and windows. As the victim stood up, he lost his balance and fell backward of the scaffold, striking the board and hitting some objects. This caused death to the victim.